government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.
Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of whatever this is. We're going to actually go through Speaker of the House. Speaker of the House. Hopefully they select one today. It is something of interest to most. Yesterday, as I went to go ahead and stream this, I was told that I was not the only one. As I dug around to find out how many others were streaming, it seemed that there were several people streaming Speaker of the House. We'll see how it works out today, see how many people decide to do the same thing as they did yesterday and go ahead and do that. As far as that goes, show is always open. Anybody that's interested, wanting to join, hit me up, say yes, me please. We'll figure out how to get you on the show and create some kind of conversation, have some fun. Let's do this. Anybody out there? Suck my Congress. What up, Darth? What up? Good to see you. Suck my Congress, he says. I mean, not interested. Not interested. What I am interested in, though, is what happens
for that
with
appears to be growing. Let's watch.
The speaker election. Again, it's open. Anybody interested, let me know. Just walk up. My Congress suck. Sure, that's what you meant. As you're first waking up in the morning, getting yourself to that point of wake and bake, words are not always the easiest thing to happen. I get it. I understand. Again, anybody interested, let me know. Oh shit, right.
The House will come to order. The prayer will be offered by Chaplain Kippen.
Would you pray with me? Compassionate God, overwhelmed, overwrought, or just plain over the circumstances in which we find ourselves today, would that we heed your counsel not to be anxious about anything.
What's up,
but instead, in
Catnip
prayer
Dave?
and supplication, with thanksgiving, pause to make our requests known to you. With consternation over the discordant concerns in this chamber, in prayer and supplication, may we set aside our differences and in this sacred moment, together make our requests known to you. With deep disquiet for the countless threats to peace and security
Can't
across
believe
the globe,
God
to
can
which
get
we have
people to pray
obligation
for
to
this
attend.
bunch of
In
antichrists.
prayer and
Right?
supplication, may we acknowledge your direction over our efforts for the work before us.
It's all
and together
just to
make
show.
our requests known to you. With silent petition for our individual grief and pain, which know no boundary between work and life. May we in prayer and supplication yield to your divine healing, as together
Guys, make sure
we
you
make
share
our
this out
requests
to
known to you.
somewhere else.
With thanksgiving and with hearts united, if only for this brief
to
moment,
let people know that
may we
I'm
claim your
actually
peace
live.
which
I'm sure there's
passes
not a
all
lot of people that
understanding,
do know.
and which will transcend the anxieties of this day. Guard our hearts and our minds that we would bear witness in this place to the sure and certain hope to be found in your sovereign care and steadfast love. Amen.
The chair has examined the journal of the last day's proceedings and announces to the House the approval thereof. Pursuant to Clause 1 of Rule 1, the journal stands approved. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led today by the gentleman from New York, Mr. Higgins.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good. Everybody did such a wonderful
Pursuant to
job on
Clause
that.
12A of Rule 1, the chair declares the House in recess subject to the call of the chair.
No! Are you kidding me?
The Speaker Pro Tem,
Ah.
Patrick McHenry, in the chair, there you saw, putting the House in recess subject to call of the chair. We are back getting your reaction to the latest. Jim Jordan, the nominee on the last two rounds of voting for Speaker, opted not to seek a third round of voting today. And according to roll call, he told House Republicans behind closed doors this morning, leading up to this noon House time, that he'll support expanding Speaker Pro Tem Patrick McHenry's authority to get the chamber functioning again temporarily. We also heard from Marjorie Taylor Greene that she thought this resolution was going to come to the floor here at noon Eastern Time when they gavelled in, but it appears not quite yet. So we will continue to watch here on C-SPAN to see what happens next. Do they bring this resolution to the floor? According to reporting from Manu Raju, emerging from conference meeting, Marjorie
You
Taylor
might still
Greene
hear
told us
something
the
yet today.
resolution to empower Patrick McHenry will be introduced at noon. There will be an hour debate and a vote to empower him until January. So if this resolution comes to the floor, it sounds like that is how it will work here in the House for today. So your reaction to all of these developments on Capitol Hill. We're getting your calls. Austin in California, Republican. Hi, Austin.
Not listen to Austin. Not doing that. Just not doing that. No, not going to sit there and listen to C-SPAN ask questions and have nothing come of this. You know, so suck my Congress. Bunch of Philly busted. Yep, right. I mean, they're doing what they're proving. They're proving that they get to do what they can, how they want, when they want, right now. Congress does fight fiscal. Just looking here real quick to see what's going on in C-SPAN, to see if there's anything else that they're even talking about. Healthcare professionals testifying, improving access to. No, not doing that. Current and former members of Congress testify on need of fiscal commission. Nope, not doing that. Good morning. How are you?
I think got a but now no like here on me.
Yeah. So I was gonna eat it. Yep, I was gonna eat it eventually. So I mean, I'm just trying to take a glance around here to see what is actually going on. If there's anything else that's happening. Anybody that wants to join me, it feels that they have something that they can contribute to, a conversation of any sort. It doesn't have to be about Congress or government. You can come in here. We can talk about anything. Just let me know. We do that. We'll start throwing links out here. See if I can't gather a crowd. That really sucks. I was really looking forward to him selecting somebody for Speaker of the House. And I mean, I get it. I get it when it comes to certain when it comes down to certain things, you just like sometimes you just have to look past you got to go to the next level or whatever. So you just kind of like, you're like, all right, what's next? What can I do here? I think Thursday. Yeah, busy on a Thursday. Okay, that's right. Yeah, right. No, I was really seriously expecting to do this. After 2 days of nothing, having that be really seriously was something that I was looking forward to. No speaker vote expected today? Oh, freaking Lord. This is so bad. It's so bad. It makes our government look like shit. They just seriously fucked up. Is it 4 hours before the debt limit? And that's the thing is they're like, oh, let's see if we can't, expand McHenry's, powers all the way through January. What's that going to do? You still have to have. You had 45 days to pass a bill, otherwise you can't pay anything. No bills get paid. It just it doesn't make any goddamn sense. Hey, beautiful. Just it makes zero sense whatsoever. Why we'd go to this point of just being like, nah, we're not going to select anybody today. We're just simply not going to do it. We're not going to do our jobs. They're getting paid to do this shit. Frog is pretending to not understand the U.S. government. I mean, I'm so irritated right now. It makes zero sense. He thinks they work. They're supposed to. It's what they're intended to do. But nah. I'm just gonna sit here and let them get away with not doing a damn thing. Anything coming out of the White House? Biden addresses the nation from the Oval Office. 6 o'clock tonight. Fuck off. You address me. I don't know how he wants to address me. What is it you'd like to say? What's up, KLI? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Y'all bump that like button. Share this out to the places you like to share things. Send a couple links to a couple different people to see if I can't drum up a little bit of conversation. I was hoping that we were going to sit here and watch Congress give us a Speaker of the House, but apparently they don't want to do that. Apparently that's not the cool thing to do. Let's see what the Senate is up to. Is the Senate up to anything? The Senate is there. Senate will vote at 1:45 Eastern on a bipartisan resolution affirming its support for Israel following the Hamas attacks. It's been very little They usually sit in silence for so long before all of a sudden somebody comes up and has something to say for like an hour. Makes it weird. They're very late and infinitely gay. Every single last one of them. Every last one of them. All right, I'm gonna put Senate up on the. Put the Senate up on the screen. We can do that. We can do that. Well, you know, whatever. It gives you something to look at. You see, it says today at 1:45. That's Eastern time. That's what, an hour and a half ish. They'll be voting on this particular resolution. Not like the Senate can really do much either without the House having a speaker. You really need to have a speaker. Without a speaker, you're really seriously not going to do anything. Senator Frederick. What about Senator Frederick? Yes, Frederick is, yes, he's your favorite. He's your big buddy. Jerry Lass. Just like cash grab. Business is good. I had to read that 3 times, Jerry. I think I got you. War's always going to be something that the government thinks is necessary to make money. I vote $0 for Israel and $0 more for hummus. Disgusting. Nobody wants hummus. Yuck. So disgusting. Nobody wants to come join me. Nobody wants to just be like, yes, I want you to go talk with Cool Frog as we watch the Senate. Hummus is nasty. I'm with Beautiful on that one. It's disgusting. Nobody wants anything that's even remotely close to some creamy whateverness put on a tray.
And just waiting for a senator to come to the floor to speak. At 1:45 Eastern Time this afternoon, the Senate's set to vote on a resolution reaffirming U.S. support for Israel during its war
You're
with
good,
Hamas.
Beautiful. I get
Live
it.
Senate coverage here on C-SPAN 2.
Nobody wants to buy this? Go click the link, Darth. Come join me. Come join. You know you want to. I don't know why you're not. Can we get other people up here? Probably. We just got to get enough people to come in through chat. So there isn't anybody else really doing anything, is there? Again today. Come on, Darth. Nobody wants to buy this. Everybody wants to buy this. Everybody wants something to do with something. Nobody wants to just sit around and do nothing. They're like, yes, I want to join. Checking out the house votes. Yeah. Just checking out all these other people that are streaming. See who's the who's out there doing something similar. I had my MRI in my head from the seizure. I found a cyst in my sinus. My eyes are both swollen in the back. I'm gonna go to eye doctor and maybe have the cyst removed and see what's what. Ouch, horrible, disturbing. Prayers to you, and hopefully things get better. Damn. I do. Nothing sounds wonderful right about now. And everyone in chat, 2 days on the trot, doing well. Good to see you, Cake. Good to see you. Glad you're here. I like pie. Pie. This is so irritating. They should be voting right now. Should be voting right now, and I'm so disturbed and upset that they're not. Motherfuckers. Come on, Darth. Let's go. You know you want to. You know you want to. You know you want to come and hang out. No, I don't want to listen to questions from some rando. So if I go here and see the Senate voted on a bipartisan resolution. This is the one that this is the one that we were looking at. And they're just sitting there. They're just gonna sit there, like they do. Eventually, they'll say something. Why make a choice over cake and pie? Great combos. That sounds so strange to put a cake on a pie or a pie on a cake. But it sounds so delicious all at the same time. Explain how you are a dome. I am a dome. What? I don't quite understand what you're trying to ask me there, Squad Bob. I'm confused. I'm confused, Uncle Squab.
President Sisi Vito. When we took off, our goal was multifold, but basically to get humanitarian aid into Gaza and get as many Americans out who wanted to get out, could get out as possible. And so we got a commitment, as you know, from the Israelis, including their unanimous vote of their war cabinet and the prime minister. And the second thing was that I wanted to make sure there was a vehicle, a mechanism that this could happen quickly. And so I've been on the phone for the last, I don't know, we've been on the ground a while. That's why we haven't taken off with El Sisi. I don't think I was on that long. It was about probably half an hour. And both my team here was with me. And he agreed that what he would do is open the gate on.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent the quorum call be lifted.
I'm glad that was freaking moved.
Without objection. Thank you, sir. Mr. President, in 1984, President Ronald Reagan designated October as the National Down Syndrome Awareness Month. We've been honoring that day, that month, ever since. We are attempting to ensure that Americans have had the opportunity to celebrate and recognize individuals with Down syndrome and those individuals' contribution to our world.
I'm going to leave us listening
Since
to this guy.
2015,
I
I've
got to
served
stand
as
up
the
for a
co-chair
few
of the
moments. I have
Congressional
a
Down
child
Syndrome
to
Task
attend
Force,
to.
a
I'll be
bipartisan,
right back.
bicameral caucus dedicated to promoting policies that enhance the quality of life for individuals with Down syndrome. Last September, the task force partnered with leaders in Down syndrome advocacy groups and the medical research sector to host a roundtable discussion on recent scientific advances in Down syndrome research. During the roundtable, self-advocates brought awareness to the issues important to their community, such as work and education opportunities, policies to improve independent living, support for their loved ones, and caretakers and medical research. Hearing the firsthand testimonies from individuals with Down syndrome and medical professionals who've dedicated their careers to the understanding of Down syndrome in order to better care for the community was meaningful to me, and it helped us better understand the needs of the Down syndrome community. Through my interactions on the task force, I have also had the privilege to meet amazing parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, advocates, and caregivers who support individuals with Down syndrome in living successful and fulfilling lives. The dedication to improving the lives of those in the Down syndrome community is appreciated not only this month of October, but in every month, every day, every year. As a co-chair of the task force, I've worked to advocate for federal resources for Down syndrome community to support medical research and enable individuals with Down syndrome to live a full and independent life. Through congressional commitment to expand federal resources, Down syndrome research has improved significantly in recent years. In May of 2022, the National Institute of Health report stated federal investment in Down syndrome research had increased from 18 million in fiscal year 2014 to around 124 million in fiscal year 2022. This increase in funding is a recognition of the gaps in our medical research and working to make certain that we prioritize learning more about Down syndrome. As we take this month to celebrate Down syndrome community and their families, I look forward to building on recent successes and urge Congress to renew its commitment to pursuing policies that support Down syndrome communities and improving the quality of every American's life. Mr. President, I yield the floor.
What? What's up, Aaron? Good to see you. Good news, likely the stress seizure is not a tumor. She's got me down. How do you celebrate that shit? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to answer you, brother.
And but they we're putting all of them in a tough situation.
Don't put the chicken or the egg
If we didn't get
behind
this
your
done.
eyes.
And so it had to be, in my view,
Just
we
never
either
put anything in your butt.
took all the blame, or not put anybody else on the spot if we put in the spot, or get it done. And I thought it was worth taking the chance to get it done.
So you talked to Cece for quite a long time to work this out. Was he reluctant to
Not
do
at all. He
this?
was completely cooperative.
Okay.
I've had a decent relationship with him. He's got his own problems on other issues. He's got his entire border. There's wars going on every side of this country. So he was. I've known him a while. He was, fair to say, very cooperative. I mean, there was no. I thought I'd have to spend more time trying to convince him on the timing, but he just stepped up, and as did Bibi, and I was, they probably told you, I was very blunt with the Israelis, because look,
What's up, Darth?
Israel has been badly victimized, but the truth is that if
Enjoying the fun of
to relieve
Discord crashes in the middle of voting.
suffering of people who
I just
have nowhere to go. They're going to be
it pisses
what
me
they
off.
should do.
Pisses me off.
And if they
It's something
don't,
that needs
they'll
to
be held
happen.
accountable
They
in
know it
ways
needs to
that
happen.
may be unfair.
They
Calm
should be
down,
sitting,
Frog.
they
And
should
my
be
point
sitting on
to
the
everyone
on the
is,
floor and voting,
if you have an opportunity
relentlessly
to
voting until they
alleviate
figure out
pain,
who.
you should do it. Period. And if you don't, you're going to lose
We all
credibility
know who it's going to
worldwide.
be.
And I think everyone understands that.
What about getting people out?
The answer is we're going to get people out, but I'm not going to go into any detail.
But now Jim Jordan said not him.
Guys, we
Oh.
gotta wrap it up.
You were very blunt with the Israelis on the need to give
Gonna be Kevin
humanitarian aid
McCarthy.
to Gaza, or
Just
what
watch.
exactly?
On everything. No, I was very blunt about the
He
need
won't do
to
it.
support
Won't do it. He's already said
getting
it.
humanitarian aid.
I'm pretty sure if you get
Gaza.
voted to doing it, you have to do it. You don't have a choice.
All right.
And that,
You need more of the hospitals.
May I?
don't.
Well,
Like a law or
right,
something.
right. When
the
the,
Times of Israel that
no,
says
you're
Biden
correct.
officials have
You
indicated
don't
to
really have
Israel
a choice,
recent
but you know when it
days
comes down
that
to
if
it,
Hezbollah initiates
everybody else
He
has
war
the
against
choice.
Keep this
Israel,
job,
They're
the
not-
U.S. military will join the IDF
He gonna get
fighting
it.
the terrorists.
Not true.
Not true.
That was never said.
There's a lesser chance now that Israel won't go in and into Gaza, and that can be averted.
See you all the way.
We had a long
Turn you
talk
up a little
about
bit.
that and what alternatives there are.
I
How'd
still
everybody
think-
be able to hear you?
I still think we should find a congressman, get them to nominate Divinity 143, and then let Div loose on Congress.
I mean, I guess.
I mean,
Oh,
could it be worse than this? Really?
no, right.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Let's go.
You know what
Virtually none.
this is, Frog?
And this is, look, it's
This Congress thing is a train wreck.
get some Americans out as
You know what this right here in my hand is?
hopefully we continue to work
This is a fat nug
other
of some
Americans,
train wreck.
through other means.
Can you talk about the impact of meeting
Just
with
saying.
survivors and the first responders?
This is for Congress. Wait a minute.
I spent an hour and a half about
Cheers, Congress.
before. And
Toy box brain.
Oh no, it's too early for all that shit.
mass shooting.
What's up, brother? Good. Long time no see.
If someone's going through something,
He rose from the ashes. Sure
Who's he
did.
talking about? Joe Biden? Like,
Joe
I
Biden.
swear to God, Joe Biden rises from the ashes twice a week. The Phoenix egg is getting tired of bringing Joe Biden back. Fucking Joe
I
Biden.
always get criticized sometimes on my staff. As I stay 4 hours, answer all the questions. But it matters.
I don't
Do you
know why
like
they
train-
held this conversation where they did.
You like Trainwreck Frog?
Some of you have gone through a hell of a lot more than I've gone through. And a lot more
You want to give me your definition?
I mean, it's the strain of heifer that is mostly sativa dominant.
People are looking for just something to grab, something
It's pretty tasty.
some sense of hope. And that's, if I can do a little bit of that,
It's a better train wreck than the Congress train wreck or the East Palestine train wreck.
done for me. So,
Do you think it was necessary for you to come here
I don't know.
to get this deal done with the diplomacy aspect? Really important.
what do you think?
Good away from me last night, didn't
We
you?
joked about the house. Do you have any of your Jim Jordan?
I have to go find it.
You have Jim Jordan.
Look in the bedroom.
No.
Tadpoles. Tadpoles are always so much fun.
Tent poles are fun, people. I mean, that's not what he said, but
What?
Nothing.
What did you do? Darth.
Nope. Suck my Congress, frog. I'm having a train wreck.
Darth wants the getting back of Joe Biden.
Yeah, it must be early because where the fuck did you hear that from? What? Why? Squab. No, Squab. Shh. Fucking Squab.
So I don't know all the detail, but I do know the people at the Defense Department who I respect, the intelligence community I respect. Is highly incompetent.
Seriously, these lazy asses today. That's all they're gonna do?
Yeah.
They're waiting for this thing to happen in the Senate, and they're seriously like everything else is pretty much done.
Welcome to the U.S. government, Frog. You act like you're new here.
Eastern time this afternoon, the Senate
Why are you acting like you're new
Until
here?
6 o'clock tonight, or 8 o'clock yours, President Biden delivers Oval Office address in Israel, Hamas, and Russia, Ukraine wars. It's like,
I'm busy
okay, that's
tonight.
what we need. That's what we need. We need to hear that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to hear what Joe Biden has to say about.
Dad,
What's up?
this my mom's tab together.
You didn't try very hard.
I can't find it.
You can't find it, huh? We'll try in a minute. I'll come help you, okay?
I'm gonna click buttons, Frog.
You're gonna click buttons?
Yeah. Apparently, there's a new feature on StreamYard that'll allow me to chat right through the StreamYard if I just log in my StreamYard YouTube connection account. So I'm gonna click this button. And if it kicks me out of here, I'll be right back.
Charlemagne says, what is this? Well, what this is whatever it is. It's day streaming.
Oh,
It's day streaming
Charlemagne.
here on this channel. Why? Because the regular stuff that I had been doing was continuously getting me struck over and over again. I decided whatever. I still need to use the YouTube side of things, and I enjoyed the day streaming. The original Stick with Cool Frog that everybody loves oh so much. That is over on Rumble exclusively.
Yeah, y'all should come check out the Shtick with Cool Frog on Rumble exclusively. Darth Hideous might say the F slur.
And look at that. It's Squab Bob.
Squabble? Does Squabble know that the squab in his picture has a giant marijuana leaf?
He does.
I condone this. Hi, Squabble. Long time no see.
Hey, Darth.
How you doing, buddy?
You're looking very red this morning.
As per the usual.
You need a new computer, huh?
I do, or perhaps I just need to do some maintenance on this one and make something happen. Like maybe just remove Windows completely and put a Linux instance on it and call it good. Maybe a OG Ubuntu, or maybe a Red Hat.
You'd have to dox yourself.
Dox myself?
Mm-hmm. To get a new computer, you'd have to dox yourself.
I'm confused.
The frog knows.
Explain. It's early and I'm high. Leave me alone. Don't.
You are so beautifully inappropriate to me.
Aw, look at Charlemagne sing for beautifully
That's
inappropriate. Isn't that
awesome.
adorable?
I think we should give Beautiful a new birthday.
A new birthday?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the one she's got?
Well, she can have another birthday. I had a
Oh,
girlfriend who celebrated 2 birthdays a year.
Huh.
And she had the whole month. It wasn't just a day. It was a whole birthday month.
Okay, so I gotta ask, and this is completely unrelated. KLI says it's been a long time since I've been seen. Is that someone with a new name? Because I don't recognize it at all.
I'm agreeing with you. I really seriously, I thought this was somebody new.
The avatar looks familiar, but the name is just like, I don't. Do I know you? I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, I forget shit. I'm very forgetful, but I'll be the first one to admit it. Like, oh, hey, you.
No, I mean, if you know, if it was somebody else, somebody switching their names, it's like 'cause a lot of them that switch their names when they switch their names, you can usually tell who they are.
Yeah.
You can usually tell who they are.
Change my name to Hearth Didius. Everybody knows.
Right. It's
That
as
is
interesting
lame.
as text is. You can usually tell who's putting, who's saying what. And you're like, oh, you really seriously sound like this other person. You must be.
You know how many people, when I was like kind of on hiatus, came to me with different screen names and was like, "This is you, right?" And I'm like, "No, no, I don't do the incognito. Like, I have one alt account, and it also says Darth Hideous on it. It's just got a space between the Darth and the Hideous. That's it. So, like, yeah, I had like 3 or 4 people think that I was someone like trolling in chat, and I was just like, no. If I wanted to troll in chat, I'd bring my own fucking name. Like that's how I roll. But I'm banned on my name in most chats, so no point.
Israel to know they're not alone, that America's with them. With that, I yield the floor.
How do you feel about muffins?
Yes.
Yes, in pairs.
No, those are werewolves. Oh, you said in pairs. Like a pair of muffins.
Yeah.
I thought you said in Paris. And I was like, no, that's
Paris?
werewolves in Paris, man.
I thought he meant the fruit.
Pears, like put the
was
muffins
really-
in the pears?
I was really confused.
I would rather put pears in muffins than put muffins in pears, but oh,
Zach in a former life.
the Zach. Gotcha. That makes more sense. Jerry Last says women are exhausting. I mean, that's one way to put it. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that's one way you can put it.
Well, I think Darth and I have opposing views on women.
I wouldn't say they're opposing. I would just say that you don't quite understand the full, the depth of my judgment on that regard. My stance on women is more subtle and nuanced than I would have you believe, because it's just not worth it to me to explain it to too many people. Most people will not get it. So I like to be hyperbolic and inflammatory. But everything, in my opinion, is just
it's a method.
Yeah.
You're a guy. Guys have methods.
Yes,
That's
there's a
your method.
process.
a process.
to
I'm
how I
so
got to this
confused. I died. But
understanding.
like the fabled Tucson, I rose from the ashes. I'm still confused.
Well, let's just be happy. Let's be happy for KLI.
No, I
Yeah.
appreciate KLI being here and hitting that like button.
Allegedly. I'm still a like button purist, so you'll never change that about me.
Oh, so it has to be something you actually like.
Abso-fucking-lutely. I don't just
So
hit the
he
like
had
button
not hit the
for no
like
reason.
button until maybe he came up here, and then still maybe didn't.
I mean, allegedly. Let's take a look and see if I actually hit the like button or not. I did. I didn't turn notifications back on like I said.
You're a simp.
Yeah, I know. I actually hit the like button when Patrick McHenry did the Pledge of Allegiance, did the morning prayer, and then went immediately into recess. I was like, oh, yes, don't have to listen to these fucking idiots. I like that. So I hit the like button right then and there. And I laughed. I was like, this is how Congress works. It doesn't. I thought Cool Frog knew that. Like, I thought Cool Frog knew Congress didn't work, and that's why I'm asking. Like, are you new here?
Well,
Like,
as you see, they're actually, Senate's still trying to do something. It happens.
Just two women, Jerry? Really? Just two? That's all it takes? Wow.
Geography joke.
This has been going on a long time. Now, over the past week and a half, we've heard horrifying stories of atrocities committed against the Israeli people.
That just
Last week, I met at Temple Emmanuel Synagogue.
Still confused.
Today's the 19th, right?
Yep.
Yes. I get to hang.
It's done.
I get to hang upside down by my ankles later today, I think.
Woman had been a teacher at a kibbutz in Israel, but had recently relocated to.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Puts blood in the right places.
I mean, I just kind of needed to stretch out the bits between my neck and my heels. Like, my spinal alignment needs to be decompressed.
I have one of those inversion things where you
That's
get in.
what I'm getting is the inversion table with a lumbar massage and heat. Everyone I talk to who's got like disc issues in their back or anything of that nature says that's the thing.
You know what can help with that?
Well, a lot of things apparently.
A good woman.
A good woman.
A good woman.
Where am I supposed to find one of those, Bob? You act like there's just like a lot of them.
A grocery store.
AutoZone? If you say fucking AutoZone, we're gonna have a problem here.
I said a grocery store.
I know you said a grocery store, but you were not done talking before I interrupted you. And if I let you keep talking, you're gonna say bookstore, AutoZone, and I'm like, okay,
No,
Megan.
I was thinking church,
Church,
library. Places where you can find some well-rounded, wholesome women.
I like it when they drop from trees.
I mean, I don't know what to say to that. Like, that sounds lovely. As long as I'm not standing under the tree when the woman drops out of it, like.
Hey, you have to catch her. You have to catch her. That's how you make the connection.
I'd rather her not land on me. I have a bad back. I'm not going to be able to catch this bitch, and I'm going to the hospital.
Well, most women will put you in the hospital at some time or other.
I mean,
I mean,
you're not wrong.
A spontaneous act. I know that written in the
I had a girl almost put me in the hospital and put me in jail in the same week.
process. Well, they may not have known the timing.
And you didn't marry her?
No, I got a personal order of protection against her,
And it was their joint.
and
oh,
I think
that
I
went
seen
the
her.
other way, as opposed to embracing it like you should.
Yeah, I ran for the
He ran.
hills.
He ran to the hills.
I ran
now
like
he,
the I
now he
ran like
doesn't
the
know how to find
spineless.
his way back to anything
I ran like
good.
the spineless coward that I am.
These terrorists were carrying documents that explicitly outline the mission's objective. Kill as many individuals
I
Oh.
mean,
as possible.
Guys, I still have a lot of trimming to do,
Given to
I'm
and I
telling
don't
you.
I don't want to.
the documents included detailed plans to target elementary schools.
Now I understand why everybody I knew that grew cannabis product was always trying to get people to come help trim with them. I was like, oh, you're just cutting some leaves off. That can't be too hard. It's not too hard. But the level of time that it consumes.
Do we have
Yeah,
any
man.
do we have any Brits in chat?
I mean, we got Beautifully still, I think.
beautiful is out there.
I think she's a British.
Cake was out there.
Cake was out there, yep.
On this day in 1781, Britain's Lord Cornwallis surrendered at Yorktown, Virginia, handing a huge victory to American General George Washington and effectively ending the American Revolution.
This was the day we kicked y'all asses, just in case you was
Mhm.
wondering.
It's the day they surrendered.
We got 'em. Strongest navy on the
This is the day
planet,
that we
my
said,
ass.
"Fuck y'all."
No, we said that a long time ago. We just finally said, and now stay out. That was the day we said, and stay out. Yeah.
This ain't your thing anymore. This is ours. We got this. And look at what we're doing. Look at what we're doing. We're doing so well.
I expect the Senate to pass a resolution affirming Israel's right to self-defense, literally its right to exist,
Can't even
and committing American support.
select the Speaker of the House.
McConnell, Chairman Cardin, and Ranking Member Risch for introducing this resolution.
Good thing we didn't want anything to do with the Brits anymore.
I mean, and then we continued an alliance with them for hundreds of years after that. That makes all the sense, right?
I
Well,
think
yeah.
Beautifully is practically an American. I'd claim
By
her.
now she is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Beautifully knows more about the U.S. president than she knows about the Israeli prime minister.
What we do. The administration we know is prepared.
But she's not from Israel. She's from the UK, right? Don't they have a guy there too?
What?
In charge of the UK. Don't they have a person doing that? Like Beautifully knows
an
disturbingly.
ambassador?
No, like a
Ambassador for-
president or a prime minister. I know they got the king, King Chucky, but don't they got a
Prime
guy who
Minister?
actually does the job? Yeah, that guy. Last I knew, it was Tony Blair, so that shows you how up to date on UK politics I am.
Rishi Sunak?
I don't even know that name. Is that guy like Boris Johnson? Like, is he a prime minister?
Well, he's the guy that took over after Boris Johnson. I don't, maybe.
Ah, that was the last guy I remembered was Boris.
Thinking it's not even Rishi. I think it's somebody else now, isn't it?
I can look it up.
Beautiful says I know nothing.
See, like she knows more about Joe Biden than she
Bullshit.
knows about the guy who does.
She knows
Oh, wow.
exactly.
Okay, so here's some bad news for everybody. I'm reading this on Wood TV 8, and it says extraordinary amount. 81 pounds, that is like 39 kilos of Colombian white powder seized in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
president of New York
Michigan again, huh?
Michigan again, yeah. Grand Rapids, which is the closest big city to my current location, because I don't live over by Detroit anymore. But 81 pounds of cocaine.
How come you guys don't
Seized.
call yourselves the Lower Peninsula? Isn't that where most people live?
Because we call ourselves Michigan and we don't acknowledge that that other piece even exists. They're not real. That's Canada across the bridge, and we're Michigan down here. So we don't need to call ourselves the Lower Peninsula. There is no Upper Peninsula. There's just
Oh, okay.
South Canada. And that's what they are. They're South Canada. They're not.
The South shall rise again.
The South shall. I don't know. They're drunk. Hi, Boomer. With a flock, Boomer.
Hey, Darth, did you see the picture I posted of you?
No.
I have posted a picture of you.
Where did you post this picture of me?
I think it's in Instagram.
Yeah, I don't see anything posted to Instagram. I think I have an Instagram. I don't ever see anything posted to it.
It was you as the rubber guy from the Fantastic Four, and you had your arms around the guy made of stone, the Thing.
Oh. I'm trying to think of who the Thing is in our group.
I made you into a superhero.
I mean, you skipped a little bit on the super, but you made me a hero.
You were the rubber guy.
Yeah, Elastic Man or something.
Yeah.
Out of all the superpowers, like, if you want to have stretchy superpowers, those are the second best set you can get. Because my man Inspector Gadget has the OG stretching power, you know?
I always liked invisibility.
I mean, if you want to talk about like overpowered superpowers, the Saiyans really have it. They can fly, they can shoot lasers out of their hands and eyes and shit, and every time you beat them nearly to death, they get stronger and stronger. And there's like no limit to that. Like, you just continuously get more powerful after every near-death experience.
Yeah, that's got to get old after a while, though.
I mean,
unless your brain grows, your wisdom grows with it.
Unless you're an alien race that is addicted to combat, like that is your whole purpose is to fight. In which case, that seems like a really good power to have.
Who is that? Who is that finger snap guy from
Thanos?
Thanos, yeah,
Thanos. That's a little bit overpowered, in my opinion.
Well, his power outgrew his wisdom, I think is what it was. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the plight of humanity, isn't it? Like, that's a good commentary on the human condition specifically, because we have, for probably 100 years now, we have had our power far exceeding our wisdom, mostly because our technology is evolving 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 times faster than our biology is. Something like that.
Is that why the dark side is better than the light side?
I could get into why the dark side is better, but the long and the short of it is the Jedi are communists and the Sith are individualists and absolutists. Which makes us...
Which is better? You know, communism is not a bad thing.
I guess, honestly, Squab, I guess that depends on your own personal values, because to somebody who cannot achieve on their own individually, the safety and success of the group, the collective, would be to their benefit, correct?
It's like being a Confederate, you know,
communism is better for communists, but it hurts the individualist.
Well, Russia kind of gave communism a bad name.
The the implementation of communism gives communism a bad name, because if you can't do it without force, it's not real communism. Like, communism has to be tied to voluntarism. And when it's divorced of that, and it's a national, you know what I'm saying?
Israel has our complete
National,
Same.
like a system of governance.
each of us know, support
Like
for Israel is
a lot of people, that does not benefit.
America cannot relinquish
It might benefit some people, the bottom, but it's not going to benefit the people at the top, and it'll stifle growth, stifle creativity, and destroy your society. Because once people realize that they don't have to work to not get paid, you won't find people doing a lot of work or a lot of getting paid.
Iran is the leading
That's a problem.
sponsor of international terrorism and is bankrolled.
What's up with chat?
Jerry says the Sith are best.
Yeah, agreed.
Sure.
Well, it's just like the Confederacy. The Confederacy is better than a union.
Yeah.
Yeah. People give it a bad name, but the Confederate principles were a lot better than a union principles.
I completely agree, and I still declare the day the South surrendered is the day America lost the Civil War. America lost the war. Because we stopped being America after the fall of the Confederacy. What do they call those resolutions? Like it's 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th Amendment. They had a special name for that set of amendments to the Constitution. I call them the Intolerable Acts, much like the Intolerable Acts that were passed. No, there is a special name for the resolutions they gave after the Civil War. Basically, what happened in this scenario was the North went and voted on a bunch of constitutional amendments, told the South they had to wait outside in the hallway while they did it, and then when they were done, they were like, oh yeah, since you guys lost, you have to all like abide by this shit now that you didn't vote for, you didn't have a say in, and it directly fucks you. But that's what you get when you lose wars. That should be your historical lesson of the day. Never lose war. Israel, I'm talking to you.
But did we lose? But did we lose the war?
I believe we did. Like, I personally believe we did, because I mean, the concept of having a free nation, we didn't have a nation. We had a federated republic of states until the Civil War, when the South was like, yeah, we don't want to be a part of your fucking club anymore. Fuck off, we're leaving. And they were like, actually, you're not leaving, and we're going to kill as many of you as we have to until you realize that you're our bitch. That's not how you fucking make a country. That's how you get an Israel and Palestine situation. We ain't been the same since. Just saying.
So Lincoln was a tyrant.
Oh yeah, 100%. Lincoln even said, like, this is not about freeing slaves. If I could have won this war without freeing a single slave, I would have. This was about imposing their will on the South, who they were mad at because they tried to impose a bunch of tariffs on Southern goods, and the South just basically stopped using their shipping routes to avoid the tariffs. And they were like, well, you can't do that. It's like, well, we're moving west then. And they're like, oh, you can't do that either. Well, fuck off. We're leaving. No, you can't do that either. Here we come. And I mean, if you look at the tactics used by the North in that war versus the tactics used by the South, it's despicable. You would never support the Union again. I mean, they went scorched earth, literally. They were burning fields and fields and fields of Southern crops, like their food supply, in order to starve them out. And they weren't attacking the North. They were just like, fuck off, leave us alone. And yet, everyone still wants to call the South the racists. I'll be right back. I need to go get some sugar for this coffee, and I have to walk way beyond
I need
I,
sugar, he says.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't mean to break Darth.
My bad. I'll be right back. It's early.
Until that happens, we can expect assaults on Israel and other.
Well, we kind of.
I mean,
we kind of
Darth
forced
even
them.
broke chat. Like, chat stopped.
We kind of forced him on panel. I think too early.
I forced him on. I didn't force him to do anything.
No, he would say, he chose.
Eastern time this afternoon, the Senate set to vote on a resolution
It's all his choice. I never told anyone to do anything. I just sent links to people and said, "Hey, if you're interested, come join us." And then I told everybody else all at the same time. That's how it works. If you want to join us, contact me. Say, "Hey, I want to come and talk to you." I'll throw you a link.
Ooh, we got that sweet shit.
How many people want to do that? Charlemagne,
What are we doing?
ready to come talk to us yet?
Oh, Charlemagne, please come on up. Like, I don't know. I think I heard that Charlemagne only goes on stream with the expert, and the rest of us who are supposed to be homies, we don't make the cut. Because I've seen Charlemagne
No, the
on
thing
with the
is
expert.
I was on the very first episode with the expert, on the experts with Charlemagne. So
You know what? You can just eat an entire satchel of Richards, Mr. Frog. Consume it.
I was there. I
Yeah,
remember it.
yeah.
I remember it.
Okay, do I need
Talking
to
about waxy.
do I need to translate that out of YouTube and into Rumble speak?
No.
All right then. Eat a satchel of Richards. You censored for YouTube, censored for YouTube.
Fake news.
Yeah, I bet you were. You know who wasn't there? Me. You know who's still fucking mad about that? Me.
I wasn't there either, but Darth and I weren't doing something together somewhere.
Yeah, we definitely weren't hanging out, not being there together. I mean, we were doing our own thing, I think, me and Squab. But when I heard from Judge Maddie that Charlemagne had been on with the expert and that Frog was, I believe Shizzy was there too. You have any idea how infuriated by that news I was? I was like, wait, I've been trying to get Charlemagne to come on about as long as Cool Frog has. And she doesn't go on to my show. She doesn't go on to Cool Frog's show. She goes on to the expert show.
Just me and the expert.
The fuck? The fuck?
It was just me and the expert there.
Ah, fucking expert, man.
I'd convinced him to actually invite me over.
Isn't his name William?
I go and I do all this work and all these things, whatever. I go and I reach out to people, convince them to come join me, come hang out, do things, whatever. I wish it worked the other way around.
I probably should publicly say that I love both of those guys, Expert and Shizzy.
I should probably
Expert's
say,
awesome. I miss Shizzy, but
I love the expert. I got nothing against Shizzy personally,
Well,
but I'm gonna say it. F those guys, for real.
I'm unsubscribed, but I still
Yeah.
love them.
Unsubscribed. Is that how you deal with Darth Hideous as well? Unsubscribed, but still don't hate you.
No, I'm subscribed to Darth.
But are you subscribed to Darth on Rumble?
I'm not sure.
I think you are, actually. I think you're one of my most recent subscribers on Rumble.
On Rumble.
Yeah.
See, I don't know who all is where.
It's
I'm
funny.
not
My
on-
YouTube
I'm not on
stopped
Twitch.
growing. Yeah,
I'm not
ages
on
ago.
Twitch or Twitter, but I am on Rumble and Locals, but I don't know who else is there.
But on the Rumble, I've experienced like 2x channel growth since I first uttered the I should do a stream on Rumble statement.
Wow.
So I was at like 14 followers on Rumble when I said that. And I just did the first live stream after my 48 Law stream yesterday. I did a little Let's Listen to Music and Fucking Chill with Darth Hideous on Rumble. And now I'm up to like 31 followers on Rumble. And I got my first Rumble rant. Go me. Rich bitch.
Congratulations.
Mousy, my friend Mousy Files, little Mousy girl gave me $1. And I was like, oh, look, $1. Yeah, I mean, I know it's not a lot, but shit, I was excited. Like I never expect to be monetized for streaming, and someone give me $1.
And it's also when people do get monetized, when it comes down to it, when it finally happens for certain people, it really makes you excited. Last night I was having problems falling asleep, and I think I crawled into bed finally about 3. I checked in on Clumsy, and it looks like she got herself monetized. I was like, oh, whoa, awesome. There you go.
They changed the number, by the way.
They did. They changed the number.
Yeah, they changed it to 500.
She's at 770 something or whatever, and she finally caught it. So
Yeah. Well, good for fucking her.
I'm glad. I'm proud of her that she actually made it. She actually got that monetization because she's been working on that for a while.
I mean, I guess if it's something you're passionate about, getting YouTube shekels. I don't know. I have very little nice to say about that one anymore, so I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut.
I'm actually showing that you're 2 people on Rumble.
Yeah, there's a channel and a user. You want the one that's got like 30 subs, not the one that's got like 4.
Oh, I did both of them.
Oh well, I guess. I mean,
does that mean I'm a user now? A Darth user?
I mean, I'm a Rumble user. That's what that means for me. But
instead, we saw incredible stories of heroism.
But I can post as Darth on Rumble now since I joined.
I don't think so, but I'm not entirely sure how it works. I'm pretty sure to post as Darth, you have to have Darth password.
Oh, I bet I could guess what that is.
Good luck. You understand that I understand password security, right?
Okay.
The first rule of password security is never make it anything that somebody could ever guess. So my password has no association with me, my personality, my hobbies, my interests, my family, or like it's literally just a random word that I selected because it means nothing to me. And then the random number sequence I integrated.
You basically just doxed yourself, right? You told us what it's not.
Yeah. I told you everything it's not. The only thing that you have left is everything else. Good luck. Let me know if you get it.
75 years ago.
What if I said I could read minds?
Minutes after its founding, President Harry S. Truman in the United States of America became the first nation.
I can read minds too, but I haven't been there in a long time. Is that even still a thing?
Oh yeah.
Anybody still using it?
I think so. I think we all do.
Oh well, I don't know anyone who uses
some are
minds.
better at it. Some are better at it than others.
We're talking about the social media platform that Ian Crossland made, right? Minds.com. It's like a Facebook alternative, but it's like free speech Facebook alternative.
Yeah, I'm not on Facebook anymore.
Yeah, that's not Facebook. It's called Minds. It's by. Do you know Tim Pool's show, right? Timcast IRL.
I know who he is.
His co-host with the long hair, Ian Crossland, and another guy. They created basically a Facebook alternative called Minds. It's the format is very similar, but it's free speech and it's not like.
Is it still to pick up? Is it still to pick up women?
That's not what Facebook was ever for.
I thought it was.
No.
I thought that's how it started. Was to pick up women.
I mean,
No.
People can use these things for whatever they do, but that's not what it was intended for.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Because he came up with his own story explaining why he actually.
It was to look at. It was to look at the new
dating site.
It was to look at the new freshman class.
I I had no idea. You guys just schooled me on something. Like,
That's what we all did in college. Was you always look at the new freshman class that comes in.
yeah, I mean, because that's where the hot chicks are in the freshman
Yeah,
class.
you have to scope
Yeah,
it
no.
If
out.
they're old enough, and you're like, hell yeah,
I mean, if you're in college, your freshman girls ought to be old enough.
right.
Unless you go to one of those schools, like once upon a time they had like like they'd have the like child savants who'd be like 8 years old going to college and shit. Like not them. We're not talking about them. We're talking about actual freshmen. Is
Chat.
do we
Chat
still
is
have any of
Chat
those
is
gifted kids?
Chat
Huh?
is not liking the pool.
I mean, that's just Jerry Last, and he said Tim Pool is a D-bag, and you know what? I don't disagree.
Dim Tool. I mean, I don't know
Dim
how many
Pool.
people really care for Dim Tool anyway, but you know.
I mean, I will say one thing for the beanie that I can't say for you, Frog. He's had Poso on his show. What do you got?
Well,
No Poso. you should be nicer to Tim Pool. Maybe he can connect you with Jack, and then maybe you could win that bet.
What is dim sum?
That sounds like
get there.
Chinese
I'll
food.
get there.
I know you will. See, the reason I gave you Poso as a target, he's not someone outrageously difficult like Trump, for instance. Like, get Donald Trump on your show. That's obviously impossible. But Poso's big enough in the sphere that he's somebody worth shooting for with you. Like, if you can get on his radar, that means you're doing something. And I like to see you doing something. So if you can get Poso, I got like I said, 13-year subscribers to locals on that if you do it. And there's no downside. Like, you're not gonna owe me anything if you don't get Poso. So it's literally a free roll. Like, but I think it's a
I'll do it.
worthy
Just
free
give
roll,
time.
don't you?
Give
I
time.
think so. I hope you do it, and I hope I have to pay this out because that'll mean you're actually like making moves and shit and connections and whatnot.
I mean, I usually do try to do something. I know the last couple of months I was kind of put myself in the back burner on a lot of things that I
Yeah.
was working on, and I was kind of centered on doing other things that it wasn't really me. I was just, going along with the motions on how things were working.
Uh-huh.
And now that I am taking control of my realm like I wish to, there's a couple of interesting people, different people that should be coming around here in the near future. Should be fun, should be interesting. Hopefully we get some different kinds of conversations and thoughts and ideas, and we'll see. We'll see. So all we can do is we can just wait till it happens. There's fun new people coming, so reach out to different people, try finding different people is not the easiest thing to do. It used to be that I'd just sit here and be like, anybody can have a channel, anybody can do whatever they want. Anybody that's out there that doesn't have a channel, let's make you a channel. Let's make you a channel. Let's get up here. Let's have some fun. Talk to us.
What about being a human shield?
Human shield.
Yeah, our president was talking about people in Gaza being human shields. Aren't we all human shields, especially on the internet?
This president's ridiculous. But I mean,
What, he's the leader of the free world.
Arab, Jew, Muslim, Christian, everyone. You can't give up what makes you who
He
you
is.
are. If you give that up, then the terrorists win. And we can never let them win.
Yeah, but what qualifies for being a human shield? You have to be non-combative.
No, I think you just,
I think so. I don't think you're allowed to be armed.
Well,
It's funny because this actually makes me think of a story that happened last year, I think, or the year before, during the Summer of Love, or right around that time. Do you remember Breonna
That
Taylor?
was 1969.
Do you remember Breonna Taylor? The paramedic girl whose boyfriend was like some sort of big drug dealer. Apparently, from the story I heard from the media, he got into a shootout with the cops. She was hiding behind him, but she was shot 8 times, and he was shot 0 times. I was like, wait a minute. If she's hiding behind him, how did all the bullets miss him, go around him, and then go through her? No, that's a human shield. She was hiding in front of him. He was hiding behind her. That's how she got 8 bullet holes.
Divinity might disagree.
Divinita, no.
That's what the terrorists seek to destroy.
Yeah, she was in the hallway. He was further down the hallway behind her. She was between the cops and him when the shooting started.
Divinity.
She is not liking it.
I'm not saying what really happened. I'm saying this is the official narrative I heard. I'm not speaking on any corrections that were issued after I stopped listening.
Divinity says no. She was in the hallway. She's fat.
How was he having a shootout from bed? That don't make no sense.
Well, we have to remember that Divinity would say, and she may be right. She would say that Farron shot herself.
She did repeatedly in the
Twice.
foot and in the knee and in the 8 times, I think.
Twice in the back of the head.
Twice in the back of the head. She did the old left-handed suicide. 2 shots in the back of the head.
First meeting with an Israeli prime minister 50 years
3 rebrands later, and she's still dead.
across from Golda Meir.
I mean, yeah, media do be the gay.
Or maybe not.
The guy who later became prime minister
Kind of is.
sitting next to me. Just before the
She may be in hiding.
War. And she flipped him out.
I heard she rebranded herself and then rebranded herself again. That's what I heard. Not that I'm listening or nothing, but some people tell me stuff.
Well, you have to pour acid on stuff and use a hammer, and then you can start over.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't always need acid. You can use liquid nitrogen. It does the same thing.
Shoulder to shoulder without her looking at me. She
You just get it good and soaked in the liquid nitrogen, and then bang it with a hammer.
But once you've entered the social media realm, I'm not sure you can ever leave.
Is it the Hotel California?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think I can understand where you're getting at with that.
We're going to stand with you.
It's like you've devoted a chunk of time to it. And what else are you going to do? Go out and do something else?
Yeah, I mean, touch this grass I keep hearing about? Like, what the hell?
Terrible. Linguist. I'll say it in English. The people.
Here we go, English. I love this.
What?
Did they just cut him off?
No, he finished his speech, and that's what he does. He just walks away.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of this.
Never takes questions.
I'm waiting for him to just start shouting all the things, like his dementia to just kick in, and for him to just start shouting all the things out loud.
Hey, but those are nice flags, huh? What is that behind him? Is that kind of Muslim design?
2023, the terrorist organization Hamas invaded.
It just looks like some curtains to me.
Terrorists killed 1,400 Israeli civilians, including women and children, people asleep in their beds.
We're waiting on Congress to not do the vote on speaker.
No, we're not. They're not going to do it. They've already said they're not going to do it.
They said
Not waiting
by
on that.
140. They said 145.
700 civilians.
No.
That includes
Yeah.
31 Americans.
Were you not paying attention?
Over a dozen Americans.
They're not going to do it.
They said 145. Frog.
Israelis. It's the worst attack.
State Department's doing a daily briefing as we speak.
And the state of Israel in 50 years. It is truly an existential threat to the state.
Yeah, House recesses without voting speaker.
To the safety
10 a.m.
of Jewish Americans and Jewish people all across the world.
And then they went into coverage. They did like half hour of coverage where they had allowed people to call in.
The facts of these terrible attacks.
Seriously, they're not doing a vote today.
Some people in this country.
They allowed people to call in. Wow.
In this country.
Yeah.
Who promptly
Oh, they're gonna do the vote about extending Patrick McHenry's like authority.
Yeah. There should be something come up with McHenry.
I think.
It's
Yeah.
still
That's
not
at 145.
slated.
Yeah, they're just gonna expend his
I'm
temporal
gonna wait
powers.
until Josh is done with his thing.
Yeah.
When Josh is done, I'll take that down and I'll put up C-SPAN in itself, and we'll take a look at what's coming up here.
What about
It's
this?
seriously
What
not
about
showing-
this? What about this Egyptian coup that Divinity's talking about?
Egyptian coup?
Div make up fake news.
No.
She do. We know this.
Now, Divinity has her finger on the button, I'm pretty sure.
Divinity has her
looked through
finger on the
anything for
trigger,
news yet
sir.
today. So as far as looking through news, it could be something I just haven't looked. Just haven't looked yet. So let's see here.
You know, women generally know more than men anyway.
That's bullshit. And I don't know where you got that nonsense, but I need your sources because that's
What do you know about having a kid?
That I don't have one?
Birthing a kid. That's something women know that men don't know.
That's literally the only thing. That's literally the only
That's
thing.
not the only thing.
Yeah, it is.
This includes violence. This includes violence.
Me and Squab got to take this over to my Rumble channel so we can have the value of women argument as a debate between me and the theologists.
Oh, they're wonderful. They're wonderful.
Yes, women are wonderful. Every man should own one.
Now, it doesn't mean, you know, my Christian beliefs are that we're all evil, that we're all born evil.
Of course, like
So,
that's
you know, men and women are evil. But
we're
women are-
more evil.
Women are wonderful.
And the only thing that you come up with when you put in Egyptian coup in Google, the most recent in the news,
Like I
is
said,
from
Divinity
July
makes shit up.
7th, 2023, where they speak about 10 years after Obama greenlit Egyptian coup. So, I mean,
So they're talking about basically last year, because I'm pretty sure that was 2012 where he did that, like his last year in office.
And as I said on this floor before,
2012 wasn't his last year in office?
Wasn't it?
No.
Oh no, that was halfway through the second term, wasn't it? No, end of the first term. Yeah, you're right.
Beginning.
It was 2016. It was 2016, the year of our God Emperor Trump.
A beginning of
Yeah.
the presidential run.
His second.
2014. 2014 was a big year for a lot. The Egyptian coup is 2013.
Oh, so we're 10 years onto the Egyptian coup then?
the genocide of Jewish babies is not just another
Hey.
celebrating the assaults on Jewish people in this country is not just another opinion. And the
Squab led me to Egypt. Sorry,
He keeps promoting your locals. Did you hear him? He just keeps saying it's not just another opinions.locals.com.
it shouldn't be hard to say.
I'm like, hey, you should find out what is just another opinions.locals.com, Senate people. I'd like to see Senator Paul in your locals chat.
the president has said. Shouldn't be hard for this
I still
body,
like Senator Paul.
but it is
I'm not gonna lie.
morally necessary in this
I don't
moment
simp for
of
Congress or Senate because they're all trash, but I
Jewish
still
people
like
in Israel
Rand Paul.
sadly
I know his wife makes good fish.
I don't know if that's just like nepotism though, because I was such a big fan of Ron Paul.
by Hamas
I know Rand Paul is no Ron Paul, that's for sure, but
rhetoric here in the United States against Jewish people, Jewish Americans, and of course, recognizes the right of
hopefully the Grim Reaper, Jerry.
simple
If we get Trump, who will stop Biden 2028 from happening?
Hopefully the Grim Reaper.
Right?
to the consideration
Like
his diaper?
yeah, organic brain dementia?
will be agreed to, and that the motions to reconsider be considered made.
Are you
and voted
talking
on the
Jill?
table with no intervening action.
Oh, I would support Jill Biden running for president.
Senator from
Joe
Maryland.
Biden.
I would support that.
Senator from Missouri.
I still want to see Newsom and Whitmer
About the horror
challenge Trump.
of the Hamas terrorist attacks on Israel.
Yeah, I'm still with Roger.
Gaza kibbutz at the end of June.
Roger?
That was the
Roger Stone?
Yep.
50
You want him
He
to
said-
challenge the Donald?
He said, Michelle, aka
I mean, I've heard that, but I've also
Yeah,
heard Big
Newsom.
Mike has said repeatedly that there's no fucking way in hell she's going to go for that job.
As a body, make sure that we
Yeah,
stand
well-
by our ally
And I don't blame her for not wanting that job. Who would want this job?
when Big Daddy wants to run the show yet one more time.
Oh,
Is,
you
know,
think he can't? You think he can't just go ahead and like puppet up Newsom, like just stick his hand right up Gavin's ass and make him say the things that the Obama nation wants?
words of support. Those are very important. Applaud the President of the United States for
I would beg to differ. I believe
also tangible support.
he's still too influential in the party.
This resolution is not about condemning Hamas's attacks on Israel.
Oh, I heard we gave 100 million to Gaza.
Is condemned
Did you hear that,
speech around the country.
Frog?
Let me
Yes.
just say,
100 million of the dollars
from Missouri.
to Gaza.
to Gaza. Yeah, I covered that last night.
With anybody
I must have. I showed up late because I was doing a Rumble stream with music and everyone was hanging out and we were having fun. We weren't talking about depressing ass politics. Yeah, I was playing music and shit on Rumble.
to do exactly that. And if
And we were hanging out and we weren't talking about politics and it was fucking nice. And then we came over here to listen to the news and it was all just gloom and doom and World War III over here. And it's like,
Oh, World War III. It's more like World War III is on the brink.
yeah, gloom and doom. Clear the gloom and doom.
And we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna watch it happen
I
in
mean,
real time.
in that effort. But what this resolution does is attempt to smear students, many of whom engaged in anti-Semitic remarks,
did Squaw Bob just turn into Darth Vader?
who did not.
Dance party.
My view
What did I do?
is that
I could hear your rebreather going.
to such a resolution and talking about freedom of speech,
That's the sound effects I was hearing, and it sounded like Darth Vader was hanging out with you, or you are Darth Vader, maybe.
Wow. I just went to listen to the Broken Baker for a moment.
Oh, that guy's like Norwegian or something, isn't he?
Yeah, in Norwegian.
Yeah. I've heard him before. He sounds very Norwegian.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah. He's definitely more Viking than Valhalla Awaits, who is clearly from Tennessee.
Yeah, but he doesn't have goats.
He doesn't have goats, but it's good because all his goats don't have his eyes like Valhalla's goats do.
I've never noticed that.
He said it, and I didn't notice it until he said it. But he said, yeah, we got 5 baby kids, and they all have my eyes. And I looked at them, and I was like, holy fuck, he's not wrong. And then after that, he said, check out my goat fucking channel. We were there, weren't
And he
we,
hasn't
Frog?
been back
Yeah,
since.
that's
Nope.
maybe a bit too far there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not me.
You never
Only goats.
you never know about farmers. You know, farmers have their own culture.
They do. And I know this one used to drink Bud Light. I have that on good authority that this farmer used to drink Bud Light, so he might be a little Dylan Mulvaney with it. Just saying.
Muslim boy in Chicago stabbed
Yeah, I said it.
Looks like Jerry's coming to visit you, Frog.
whereas Columbia University was forced to close its campus to the public after Israeli
I
students
mean,
were violently assaulted. I asked
he
whether
wants to drive for another
colleague from Missouri
quite a bit.
wants to also include in a resolution violent acts that were
I don't drive, so.
the police have said these are
Is that a Numian goat, Jerry?
I don't see any condemnation.
I mean, unless it's Nubian
Like a-
Queens, in which case that's probably
I don't-
illegal.
I don't mean to offend anybody, but is that like just a black goat?
Black goat. I mean,
hateful rhetoric, condemning
I think so.
Most of them so.
Divinity's drying, yo.
Oh wow, who wouldn't want to be there for that?
I didn't know you were moist, Div.
Well, you know, you have three men like
Stand
three men
there
like
and
us.
let it air out.
You have three men like us on panel. You know,
I
it's-
mean,
some of the women are bound to
stands,
melt. So
stands to reason, doesn't it?
from these protests was a legitimate statement. No.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't think people really realize that
to engage in these protests. Yes, you are.
Cool Frog's live.
And
Oh.
that is wrong. And I would just invite you again to join with me if we're going to get in this practice. And I don't.
I think they're not used to it again. They're like, oh, he's in the middle of the day again.
oh man, she's wet while she's driving. That's
Oh.
that's Charlemagne. Never mind.
Charlemagne's driving, Divinity's drying.
Wet while you're driving.
I got a little confused there. I'm sorry.
No, it's
This sounds like some exquisite milk. You know, Div, you're the only one who knows he hit the commercial button. Oh,
I
she
hit
probably
the
can't hear me.
I didn't hit the commercial button. I have it set to automatically do it.
Yeah, the commercial button hit itself. If you had Brave browser, you wouldn't have this issue. Just saying.
Is that where we should all be on Brave?
I've been on Brave for years now,
Oh.
before they even started going gay.
Let's inject a little bit of something different into our lives. Ready?
Oh, please tell me it's Vicky T or Beautifully or someone.
It's Vicky T.
Ooh, Vicky T.
I knew it was Vicky T. How did I know that?
You just know. Look at that. Hey.
Oh, hi,
About
Vicky
that,
T.
The
How you doing?
sexiest woman on the tubes.
That's only because Divinity is exclusively on Rumble.
Oh my.
Just for the record.
I didn't expect that. What's going on, guys? I've been watching it
Oh,
for
you
about an
know.
hour or more. And
I'm over here
Yeah.
trying to restore the
Hi,
property rights of women.
Of course you are.
Just business as usual.
Of course. That's awesome.
I mean, I'm just out here as a humanitarian trying to end women's suffrage because women have suffraged enough throughout history.
Right.
And it's time for the suffrage of women to end. They don't deserve this, and I'm doing the Lord's work. But that's just allegedly.
Good
Allegedly.
for you.
Divinity doubts. She twitters to doubt.
I was raised believing that barefoot and in the kitchen was not a bad thing.
I was also raised that they do good work in the bedroom as well. It's not just the kitchen, but they do great work in the
Yeah,
bedroom also.
mainly the kitchen.
Yeah.
I must not fit that bill because I'm terrible in the kitchen.
Well, you don't have to be good in the kitchen. You just have to be in there.
Oh, okay. I actually have a picture of me pregnant and barefoot in my kitchen.
It's like
the one time in all of human
Yeah.
history that it happened, and someone got a picture of it.
men have the man cave or the garage, and then
Yeah.
women have the kitchen. We were never allowed to go into mom's kitchen.
Oh, well, yeah, some women are like that.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Mm-mm.
Oh.
I had something very similar. If you got caught in my mom's kitchen, you got put to work. Like you're all of a sudden the
Oh, yeah.
sous chef, the prep cook, whatever.
That's
like,
how
the dishwasher. Like don't stand around in
we
the
weren't
kitchen.
even if you were caught in the kitchen. If you were in the house, you dinner's gonna get made. Come
There
join.
is
Come
a
help me.
reason. There's a reason as kids we played
let's
several
do
blocks
this.
away.
And I two brothers. So when it come down to 5 people in the house, we would be in the kitchen, dinner ready, eat, done, get the dishes done, get the hell out of the kitchen. Now we're all out of each other's hair again. You spent 2 hours with each other. That was more than enough.
Yeah.
Well, we did have one exception to being in the kitchen, and that was as soon as we were able, probably around 11 or 12, we had to have dinner ready and on the table when our parents got home from work.
Also, you had to do the tending of the kitchen.
Oh yeah, they taught us how to
man.
heat stuff up.
They should have taught us that, because it took me and my siblings significant years of adulthood before we actually learned how to do the magic in the kitchen. Because my mother is a phenomenal cook. Like she always has been the best, and that just might be my bias of being raised
I wore
on it.
off on my children as much as I possibly could, because I always had my oldest. I always had him in the kitchen with me from like the age of 8. He was in the kitchen with me, and by the time he was 12, 13, I be like, let's go, and all right, you get up, and he pretty much just say, hey, okay, let's do this tonight, whatever it would be, and he'd be right at it. It'd be no problem being able to make a meal. So
I still don't know how to do laundry though. I have pink underwear to prove it.
I mean,
I was the youngest of 5. So being the youngest of 5, I had older siblings that did stuff in the kitchen, my older sister and everything. So I wasn't interested in the kitchen. I could care less about the kitchen. Only if I can run in there and grab some apples or cookie or something like that and run out. But now
Castro?
I used to watch my mother sewing. Hi, Jacob. So yeah, I would watch my mother sewing, and she'd be like, keep your fingers off of things or I'm going to make you go stay with your sisters and brothers. But okay, be quiet, sit there and just observe. And I think that's what influenced me to start sewing as I got older. So I think, you pick up different things from your parents, different.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking is easy. What about the cleaning? Oh, the cleaning sucks.
That's the part you really want to avoid.
Yeah, my older brother was the flashlight holder for Dad.
Yeah,
Dad
You're back.
stuff.
that was my job too. Until I got strong enough to be the wrench twister, I was the flashlight holder. And then I think I actually graduated from the flashlight holder to the go find the 10mm socket guy, which if you've ever had a shitty job assisting with mechanics, it's find the 10mm socket. Go ahead. I swear to God, one of these days.
No, you're not going to find it. No, I got you.
I swear to God, one of these days I'm going to create a socket set. It's going to be a 32-piece socket set, and it's just going to be shallow well and deep
You know
well.
how you find it?
10mm sockets in 3/8, half-inch, and 1/8-inch drive. It's just going to be a set of 10mm sockets. It's going to be 32 pieces, all 10mm. You'll never run out again. Allegedly, we'll see. It's going to happen.
My buddy always said that the best way the easiest way to find it is with a magnet.
Yeah.
You can walk around with a
I'm
magnet and just like around anything and everywhere.
I'm
Because
pretty sure if I had,
eventually
yeah.
it'll go tink and it'll stick to it. You'll be like, oh,
I
there it
think
is.
I think that's why some women get certain things pierced.
So they can hang the 10mm socket from it.
What?
So the guys can find it with a magnet.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
oh my goodness.
So they put a magnet in their tongue? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I was
I
saying.
mean,
Charlie Bang, you notice nobody really answered the question about the cleaning.
yeah, that's because we all avoided the cleaning like we
Cleaning
do.
sucks.
Yeah, we all avoided that question like we avoid the cleaning.
On the motion,
Exactly.
all those in favor will say aye. Aye.
I know, Div,
Uh-oh.
you are
They're
cleaning
they're
queen, and
agreeing.
uh-oh.
They're agreeing on something.
The motion is agreed to.
Yeah, this is the
Oh,
Senate
they
though.
have
They're
agreed.
just agreeing to give money to Israel.
Department of Transportation, Michael G. Whitaker.
I'm not sure do we have any money? I don't,
Yeah, we're just gonna pretend we do. We have a money
the
printing
Senate
machine.
can still appoint.
The clerk will report.
I don't think we have any money.
We don't. We don't.
You hereby move to bring to a close
We broke.
the debate on the nomination of
We
Executive
pull.
Governor number
There's a difference.
34, Mike
Broke is a temporary state that you can get out of by just acquiring more money. But when you have 30 trillion in debt, you're not broke anymore. You're poor. You're really fucking poor, actually.
All those in favor will say aye. Aye. All opposed say
I know I'm not going to pay that bill.
No, me neither.
The motion is
But we
Senate,
are all
the
paying
Senate
that
can
bill.
still appoint. Jacob's like Senate can't do that by themselves. They can't do a lot by themselves, but there's some things that they can do. They can still go ahead and they can finish things that had been started through the House. They can previously, and there's certain jobs that the Senate can do, like, or only the Senate does, like nominations of particular people to certain jobs. They can still do those, and that's what they're doing. That's why they're doing cloture motions for nominations for different jobs of different people, because they still can.
Yeah. I actually wanted to comment on Jerry Lass's comment. He said, my 16-month-old, that's who they plan on playing. Actually, they plan on having your 16-month-old's great-great-great-grandchild paying this bill that they're writing today, assuming America's still around when that day comes.
Right.
But they sold out the future for at least 10 generations.
You don't think the Illuminati have a solution for this?
Yeah, it's called global reset, great reset. That's what their solution is. It's the whole reset agenda. That's why we're doing this, so we can blow up this idea.
I thought you were going to say glow in the dark.
Well, I mean, there may be some glowing in the dark being done by the time it's over.
The budgetary items. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to the budgetary items, though, they would not be able to technically pass a legitimate bill from the House. They can still pass one through the Senate. And
that sounds like cheating.
There's something that allows, if the Senate does something, and even if the House doesn't, that can allow them to supersede the vote, as long as the president and the vice president agree to sign the bill together. I don't remember the exact on it. Don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on it. There's
This sounds like
something.
this
There's
sounds like a
something that they
resolution
can
for
bypass.
tyranny.
Yeah, they're going to bypass it. They're going to bypass.
Yeah, we
it.
shouldn't. Yeah, we shouldn't be having all these bypasses in the system. There's a reason these checks and balances exist.
And to any actor that seeks to take advantage of
Not reality?
the United States Senate says with one
What's not reality?
don't.
I mean, currently he's just reaffirming the U.S.'s support for Israel. There's no money currently going at this second.
Yeah. We're just doing
Not
thoughts
talking
and
about
prayers,
the
right?
100,000 that were 100 million that was just sent to
Gaza.
Gaza, for humanitarian needs for them. The idiocy behind sending humanitarian needs. I really seriously. I mean, if you go and you say, okay, I have 3 bills. They each add up to about $40 a piece. And one's rent, one's cable, one's whatever it be, one's electricity, right? And you got those 3 bills, and all of a sudden you got some random person, government, that's going to go ahead and they're going to pay off 2 of those 3 bills for you.
I'll vote for
As
that guy.
long as they're able to pay it off in humanitarian need necessary only. So you're like, oh, okay, humanitarian. So yours is going to pay for the electricity. Yours is going to pay for the internet, whatever, or the rent. And I'm paying for my internet. And, well, because now I no longer have to pay for the other 2. Now I still have this extra money that I can go and I can pay off this guy to be security for me, or a gang, or
What's
The
the
mafia? I like the
terrorist.
mafia.
what's the American island that burned down in Hawaii?
Hawaii?
Spend your
Maui?
money on it. I spent your
Mau-
money on it.
Maui.
Maui?
Well,
Maui.
doesn't every country just about has a national park, right? I don't see why we can't just move everybody, into a national park for a while, out of a
Which
all
national
the
park?
whatever, all the refugees, just move them to a national park, and then
No,
after everything is settled, they can move back.
That's because people
no.
can't camp. Do you know anyone who camps?
We have great
We
we
can
have
send
great
them to Glacier
transportation
Park.
systems. Just move
So
everybody over.
the ones that are around this area, they closed down. They closed down like whatever, just
That means
after
that
Labor
means they
Day.
have
Labor
plenty
Day
of
weekend's usually the
they
last
got
day.
plenty of room. They got plenty of room for everybody then, right?
No, well, they
Yeah,
usually shut
and the
down. They
Bears.
shut down for a reason.
Yeah,
Well,
it's the season's over because it's
The
about to get
season's
cold.
over. The
Yeah,
season's
about to get
over.
cold.
Snow's a
It was
coming.
the
season
last time I went up into the one area, or whatever, and actually went camping. It was so dang cold in the middle of the summer. We had so
And
many
you're from
blankets
Minnesota,
and-
mind you.
right, and I'm right, exactly. I'm from Minnesota, so I'm cold.
well, I'm
no
not
big deal.
suggesting
40 degrees, I go
we
walk
move the
outside. I'm up in the top of this mountain, and I'm freezing my freaking butt off.
well, we
Like,
don't want to
what
move
in
the
the world?
people
Why is
we
it
don't
so
want to move the
dang
Gaza people
cold?
there. We,
You're not gonna
Oh,
do. You can't.
well,
You know where I think
in
we
a
should
desert-
move?
Death Valley?
That's a national park.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of Baja California that is like, because
Hey,
it's desert over there in Gaza, right? That's the desert.
they'd be perfectly happy there.
Right, like
you
just
know,
let's
you
just
know,
move
you
into
should
the
look
Baja
into.
Desert in California.
You should look into what Central Park, New York looks like right now from all of
Oh, a
the
refugee
immigrants.
camp.
Say,
And see-
come on,
see what-
everybody, we're
see
gonna
if you
move over
really
to
want
Baja,
that to
and
happen to the rest of the
here's
parks.
your bottle of water. And
You're gonna destroy them.
Yeah. I mean,
Destroy the parks just like they already destroyed everything else.
just like they destroy everything because that's all they do.
well, I'm just saying, there's enough countries in the world. We
Yep.
could reserve a place for everybody to go, that's in a bad situation. And then
China.
when it's resolved, they could go back.
No.
facilities?
Focus facilities,
Yeah,
yes.
but a refugee state, we
Focus
kind of keep.
facilities for refugees. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Oh boy.
I need a focus facility to help my concentration.
I'm telling you, if we make Divinity a senator, she's going to solve this stuff.
I want to
Div
make
check
Divinity
I agree.
Speaker of the House, but
Check her X
Do you
account.
know how funny that would be? That would be hilarious. Check a what?
I said Div should check her X account.
she's not going to.
Should do.
She ain't gonna.
You never know.
Yeah, you're right. I never know, but I got an idea.
Noise. Ooh, prove him wrong, Deb. Prove him wrong.
Don't doubt
I'm not wrong though. I can't decide which smells
last
better.
time or the first time that I brought you back or whatever, a couple of times ago or whatever, that she was going to come up here.
She not.
She did. She
Yep.
did.
Yep. You know we got a show to do tonight, right? And you know Div only has like so many hours in a day of live streaming in her before she just can't do it anymore.
Well, she's
But
got
she's got to save that.
She's got those dogs to take care of.
What?
Yeah, she's got 3
So many
dogs now.
hours.
You got dog, your little puppy. Speaking of puppies, how's your dog, Charlemagne? He's so cute. Hold up a minute. What's going on? I heard something. That's it. I gotta join.
They're doing a roll call in the Senate. Oh, me. You heard.
They're
Train wreck. Vicky.
Laugh out loud. It's just a reaffirm vote.
Yeah. They're
we did
making
the
sure
right
that-
thing last time. Let's just
We got to make
reaffirm
sure.
it.
Do we all still agree that we did the thing? Yeah, we did the thing. Sweet.
Yep.
Most worthless group of folk on the planet, man.
They want to be sure that they still have a majority of the people supporting that they're able to, or that they're going to support Israel, because then if they can
Why would you do that in the middle?
and they can loophole it.
Why would you do it in the middle of a war? You have to do it at the
Because-
beginning of the war.
I
But
mean,
now
we're only on day
they're
10.
reaffirming it, so they know that they have enough people to go ahead and pass something through the Senate saying that they're going to pay X amount of dollars to Israel.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're going to be somebody's ally, you need to decide at the beginning of the war, not the middle of the war.
Well, you need to pick a side.
I am on the side of
Never
truth,
mind. We'll
justice.
just give money to both sides.
Yeah, let's just pay them both off, and then the military-industrial complex can win the war.
That's like they did in Scotland that one time. You know, they
Yeah.
show up for the war, and no, I think we'll go home.
Yep. Oh, God, I don't want to do any more trimming. I think I have enough.
You manscaping this morning?
Is
Star?
your hair that long?
Manscaping while on the tube?
Okay, that's pretty bad with me and
I
Squab
did
go
not.
the same
I did
area.
not need to know that.
Yeah, y'all brains is awful.
Y'all.
Y'all the worst.
Well, you know, certain people have certain morning routines.
I'm trimming plants. Squabble.
Oh, okay.
Sure, yeah.
And I feel like I
Wink,
got
wink,
too much
nudge, nudge.
already. Oh, Vicky, if you knew what the hell I had sitting next to me right now. Yeah, both of them thought pubes. That's immediately where their brains went, Viv. Like,
Really?
these are the people I choose to surround myself with.
Well,
There're just so many things to trim, you know.
Yeah.
I guess it means me and Squab are both. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
we are.
worst?
Both.
Yes,
yeah.
I agree.
The worst.
The
Yeah, I can be.
worst.
Mr. Welch. Mr. Whitehouse.
Hey, well, my lunch just showed up, so I'm gonna have to drop the frog.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Enjoy your lunch.
Later, Squabble. Enjoy your food.
Later.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Oh, I'm not doing anything to my pubes today. No.
So, the interesting and the
That's
fun
frustrating.
is we didn't need to know that.
That was
Yeah.
weird.
We really didn't. That this
Nope.
kind of derailed my whole thought process. Thank you.
Yep. Welcome to the.
Thank you, Uncle Squab.
Leave them laughing.
Now he's gonna
Goodbye.
leave 'em.
Have a great day.
Bye, Uncle Squab.
Commissioners voting in the affirmative.
So,
Have a nice day.
for those that are paying attention, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you bring yourself to the locals. So locals is where I have conversations with Cool Frog on locals only. The fun is, as I've been promoting that over the last 2 weeks, I've had a couple people, Uncle Squab for one, and now Entry Required. Entry Required actually went ahead and did the same. I've been unsuccessful in talking with them quite yet, but I left the chat open from last night from the live on locals. Looked like Entry Required was there, maybe still there, and had quite a few comments through chat as well as other comments to go along with the show. That's very fun to see, is that maybe anybody else that is into the locals might just be interested in. Maybe I should start streaming my YouTube stuff over there too.
Why not?
Maybe. Just maybe. It's quite something that locals is fun. It sounds weird. Sounds like a weird, strange dating site, but it's not. Frog chilling locals? Well, what? You got something else you'd like to talk about, Darth?
No, I was just answering Divinity's question because she said, "What is he saying?" Translator, and I just translated for her.
What is he saying? Get your ass on locals. That's what I'm saying.
You ain't figured it out yet. I was just reminding her.
There's a promo code. There's a promo code to get the first free month. Let's go.
You're giving it away for free.
LETSGO.
You're giving it away for free, and yes.
Mr. Lujan.
Oh, that's a new person. There's a new person.
A new person that's been around.
Called No Entry Required, I believe, is their actual name. Isn't it?
No, it just says Entry Required.
Oh, well. I only seen that person like 2 or 3 times in chat, and I'm still not sure about them. They seem alright. Not as based as our man Peep Show, though.
I like
Right?
Mr. Peep Show.
Peep Show. That one's going to be an interesting one. That's going to be an
Yeah.
interesting one for sure.
That dude chills harder than you do. He all about that website that he made.
Yeah, right.
So then I was.
And he's
digging
somewhere in
around.
my state.
I haven't actually said this one yet.
Iowa?
December 2nd, this Saturday's Conversations with Cool Frogs on locals. On locals. I actually have Sibling Revelry joining me.
You
So-
stole that. You stole that person from Divinity.
I did not steal anybody from anybody.
Stole
Nobody belongs
Sib
to
from
this
Div.
damn person. But
Uh-huh.
Sib's been part of that for a while, and been an interesting person to talk to, and yes, is maybe join other things as well. So we'll see. We'll see what you know. What he sounded excited to be around. So
Mr. Reed.
who knows? Who knows? What you just never know. They're excited about Friday nights. Potentially joining with something like that, maybe. You know,
Friday
so,
nights get wild around here.
it's gonna be fun. You just never know who's gonna do what. So, you know,
I
subscribe.
want to be the
chat.
one person in the U.S. Senate who votes no to support Israel and condemn Hamas.
December 2nd, a day which will live in infamy. Nobody's. Hold on. Divinity's. Hold on. What? Come join us. Just come join us. Who's,
I think it's just. I think I got the name wrong, and I don't know who
it's
this
just
person
entry
is.
required. Entry required is a person that's been joining
It's someone that shows up on
my
Rumble.
chat.
I don't
on
see them on
Rumble for the
YouTube.
last
Be a
right.
Rumbler.
Rumble. And
Oh.
when I brought up the vocals and said that I was doing stuff on locals, they get super excited because they like the vocal side of things over and above anything else. And did just like Squab did. Thank you again, Uncle Squab.
Div missed.
And did the $50 for the year, and
That's
you
awesome.
get 2 months for free.
Yeah, and
That's
if Cool
awesome.
Frog can get Poso on, I'll be giving away 12 one-year locals memberships to justanotheropinion.locals.com, plus buying one for myself, which that'll
Smart, funny midget. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, I'll get to find out together. It's gonna be fun.
Screen name. They're just a screen name, Div. Like,
Midget, funny, smart.
I mean, midget is really the important question. If it's not a midget, then I mean,
That's the important question now. Is midget?
yeah, are they a midget?
It's no longer balls or no balls.
I mean, that's Nick's question, and we don't really fuck with that. So,
Oh, I thought that was just a general question.
it's funny that Div thinks that because she has to have a reason for everything she does, other people have reasons
Toy
for the shit they do. That's not how this works, Div.
What's up, brother?
Oh, Toy Box is back. It's not as early, and I could definitely. It was too earlier for Toy Box's weird bullshitisms.
What?
I had just gotten here, and I had just been awake for like 20 minutes, and I saw Toy Box. I was like, I'm not even nearly
Toy Box,
awake
don't
enough
worry
to deal
about
with this
Darth.
shit. And then he didn't say anything else. And I was like, oh, give me a chance to wake up. And
You mean
now
I
you can
missed
go,
it?
Now you can go ahead and Toy Box
I'm
it up.
heartbroken.
I don't give a shit anymore, but like, not that he fucking cares what I think anyway. If Toy Box gonna Toy Box, there's not fuck all anyone can do about it.
I love Toy Box.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
Yeah. He's
Cool.
unique. He's wonderful. He's awesome.
I don't really love anyone, and I got no friends. We're just gonna lead with that.
You're the same height as my niece. And she's beautiful, so don't worry
And
about it. But hey,
11.
baby. Everyone's almost shorter than you, beautifully. No, I'm just teasing.
So, are they
Oh my goodness.
U.S. support for Israel and condemn Hamas?
This is like the stupidest reaffirm vote ever. This is what the Senate does for a living.
No, they've.
Hey, do you support Israel and condemn Hamas? Oh, we're gonna have to have a vote on this. What happens when the one person is like, "Nah, I don't support Israel or condemn
Well,
Hamas"?
right. We need to know for sure that though you support Israel, do you
Do you
also
condemn Hamas?
at the same time condemn Hamas?
What if I'm neither of these things? What if I like, this is none of my business. I'm gonna not have an opinion here.
Be
Then what are they gonna do?
Be like, no.
Yeah, no Israel,
Just gonna
no
say
Hamas.
And
Yeah.
when they ask a question, why did you say
Fuck-
no? Well,
Fuck
because
Israel.
I don't
Fuck
want to
Hamas.
condemn or support either one of them.
Yep.
Want nothing to do
I
with
just-
any of it.
Yeah, just fuck Israel and Hamas. I give absolutely zero of the fucks. We should stuff both of their heads up each other's butts and they can fight for air.
Wait, can you do
Yeah.
that?
I mean, it'll be like a 69, only more like a Pisces. Just like one here and one there. Like, get the Israel leader, get the
homunculus.
Hamas leader, stuff both. I mean, This conflict is older than anybody here. This Israel fucking Palestine bullshit. Like, there's nothing we can do to stop the fighting in this region. If Israel were destroyed
it's called
today,
a homunculus. It's a perfectly shaped, normally shaped short person.
actually a homunculus is animated from clay, I believe. It's like a perfectly proportioned half person, but they're not a person. They're inanimate. If my lore is correct on the homunculus, like they're created from
Your lore?
yeah, because homunculus is not real, allegedly. It's not a historically accurate thing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like created by magic. They're not human. Do you know why people shrink when they get older, Vicky? It's because your joints compress.
Yeah, because their back. My mom's back is starting to compress.
Right, that's what's actually happening to me right now. Is I'm losing an inch because of this fucking herniated disc I got that makes me punch
Stop
a
sharing
lot.
that screen for a minute. We'll get back to that.
I mean, there's fucking nothing going on. Yeah,
After
homunculus.
I share something else.
Homunculi are animated with special powers. Like I learned everything I know about homunculus from Inuyasha.
A
the
very
anime.
small human or humanoid
Oh.
creature. It's in the Oxford book. It's in the
Oh, that's
dictionary,
a
dude.
historic.
It's
That's a
not some weird
historic.
made up
Okay.
bullshit from
Okay.
your lore of whatever
You're
crap.
wrong. He right. Frog knows something. It's an actual historical reference. It says historical right there in the reference, right?
Historical as opposed to Microsoft.
I've heard it before,
fully
but I've
formed
only
human being from which a fetus is from.
humanoid. Yeah,
developed.
like
Yeah.
I knew it as the humanoid context, not the. I didn't know that they actually used this to describe real midgets or
you know,
dwarves.
the world ruins words.
Homunculus.
They do that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, we got away from using this word because midget says the same thing and it's not as many like syllables and shit. But I think the people who do the animes picked it up and ran with it. Japanese people are weird, in case you didn't know. And if you don't know that Japanese people are weird, go watch my favorite Japanese streamer on YouTube, Meme Copium. And you'll find out just how fucking weird Japanese people are.
I love his stuff. They're amazing. He does some amazing stuff.
Yeah, no,
Meme is
midget
awesome.
is Apple. It's not PC. They're called little people now or something. Small soldiers. Oh wait, that's also something different.
So
Damn
the
it! I
word
want.
midget came from P.T. Barnum.
Yeah, a lot of things came from P.T. Barnum. My man's was a G. That's why he's featured so often in the 48 Laws of Power. Like, the Barnum story comes up a lot.
Does it?
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
I think Robert Greene had a little bit of a boner for P.T. Barnum and a little bit of a boner for Napoleon. Yes, I mean Napoleon blown apart, not Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, no, I knew who you were talking about.
Yeah. It's weird, but I mean, it's understandable if you want to talk about people who had power of influence and just power of like leadership and charisma. Like Barnum was definitely very influential, and so was Napoleon. Like they had a lot of power.
Well, yeah. P.T. Barnum did a lot of things.
89 out of 100 votes in, and nobody has said fuck Israel.
What?
I'm looking at this U.S. support for like. There's only 100 senators, and the votes are 90 to nothing. Like
Right.
nobody has been like fuck Israel. Like
nobody wants to say no.
I'm
No
gonna
to
be
this.
that. I'm
I
gonna
mean,
be that guy.
I would be the guy to actually go up there and say no,
Yeah, no.
I'm not going to do this. And then we're going to, oh, you need to, and be like, no, wait a minute here. I don't support or condemn either one of them. They want to
I
go
don't
ahead. They want to
care.
fight. They
Nope.
want to go fuck around, find out.
These are
Do your
your
own damn
allies.
thing.
These are not my allies.
Don't make me have to fight that war for you. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
But
what
the
they
U.S. has
want.
always supported Israel.
For your entire lifetime, but just
Well,
because
then
a
I'm
thing has
always
been done, just because a thing has been done for a long time and it's customary, doesn't make it a useful custom anymore.
Ms. Cantwell, Ms. Cantwell.
Like I think it's time to reevaluate like who benefits from this Israeli-U.S. alliance because I see a lot of gain for Israel and not a lot of upside for us.
It's not for us. It's for BRICS.
Yeah.
You know, it's for BRICS.
But I mean, this alliance existed way before BRICS ever did, Frog. Like
no, I know, but this is
Soviet
something
Union was
that
still a thing.
this is something that they're pressing for because they need that line to run straight through this area.
But
So
BRICS
they need it to
BRICS,
be they need it
BRICS
to
has the
be
influence of
Israel. They need it to be
every
Israel. They
other
need it to
surrounding
be
nation.
carpet bombed. They need Hamas to be removed completely. But that's the problem. That's the problem. Is it really exactly what they want? Because this is Iran. This is Iran that's supposedly funding Hamas,
Hummus.
right?
And that's not supposedly. That's openly like that's common knowledge. That's
So
not like a theory.
if it's Iran that's funding Hamas through Palestine, then what side of this war are we supposed to take? Oh, we're supposed to be with Israel, you know, because it's the way we've always been. We're with Israel.
Yeah.
And I'm fine, and I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'd
I'm-
like to be part of, be on that side of, yeah. I'm for, support of Israel. Am I for condemning
we
Hamas?
disagree.
You will condemn Hamas, but don't condemn the whole nation.
Palestinian people.
Are we just destroying Palestine?
I mean, if
What they're
you're
doing to Gaza.
if you're Lindsey Graham, you want to destroy Iran, which makes a lot of sense.
If there's already U.S. military, there's German military that's in place sitting in the island nearby. There's plenty of there's 2 aircraft carriers with fully loaded to just go ahead and destroy.
I mean, there's 2
Gaza.
aircraft
Are we just gonna do
carriers,
that? We're
but
just gonna
to say fully loaded is probably more speculation than you need to make right now because according to the Secretary of Defense and a whole bunch of people at the coffers of the United Nations and NATO, we are having a little bit of a rocket and missile shortage going on because we sent all the bombs and shit over to Ukraine and they basically squandered it. So you say we're fully loaded. I'll say we got a lot of planes there, but do those planes got any bullets in them? Because if they don't, they're kind of useless. And we don't know what they got stockpile for munitions, but I imagine it's not much. We have given way too much to, well, apparently it's been distributed all over the place because it's not being used to defeat Russia in a war. That's not happening. Not at all. I don't know.
No, Divinity's right. Reevaluate when shit is calm. We
I
are
understand
an
that
ally.
from
Bad time to decide you don't support them. Right?
I understand that from
we've been supporting them forever, so that we have to support them.
Yeah.
we've been supporting them forever. That's always something that everybody's always known as.
I just disagree 'cause I
It's
don't give a
amazing
shit.
how many uprisings there are across the United States as well as other places that are pro Hamas, or whatever as it be. And it's like, well, wow, okay. What's up, 357? Good to see you.
Dad.
Hi.
Dad.
basic bits.
I guess.
Oh, can't have dead air. Yeah, well, you're right. This is not the time to be splitting hairs.
But for them to, for the United States to provoke and side with and want to escalate war as it seems it is, I think is a little much. Just saying. I think the United States needs to stay out of it.
Agreed.
Mr. Mullen, aye.
Do we support? Yes. Do we condemn what's going on? Sure. Why not? What's this going to do? What's it going to do? Is it going to open it up so that way we can now fund? We can pass it. The next thing that they pass through can fund something to throw money at Israel without the need of the House being there. The House needs to be there, but are they going to find a loophole? Get past that. Everybody's behind it. Let's do it. And we got 4 left.
On a human level, not a political thought. The worst part of this is Hamas started this, and then it is the innocent who are being killed because of it. Children,
okay,
innocent people.
Yes, right.
That's the worst part.
That's what we see, right?
Yes.
So now, let's do. What was the thing today? A couple more hospitals were hit or something?
Oh no. Really? Oh boy.
Ms. Ern.
Oh.
Have you guys noticed that?
You guys
how
know how to
many
speak
people
Spanish?
No, I don't know how to speak Spanish. Have you guys noticed how many people have been dying every day?
I'll tell you what he said. He said, sorry, I was talking to my coworkers. What's happening right now? I do speak some Spanish. Nothing.
Get dark, but
Nada.
I think Plato said only the dead have seen the end of war.
That's true. I don't know if that was Plato or not, but that is a true statement.
I mean, why would he? I believe 357 for what it is. Not that I'm gonna believe everything, Just saying, I believe him.
I mean, does it really matter? It's a good statement no matter who said it.
Right. Let's see here.
Orale.
Kind of looking around a couple different news sites. I haven't looked at any news yet today, so I do have to start looking at some stuff for tonight. Trump offers to visit Israel. Sure will. Really? Nothing? I thought there was something that was big for today for what happened. There was something that happened
Oh shit, did I miss the cheers? God damn it.
again.
Again.
Oh, dang.
Again. It happens. It happens.
The cheers, the y'all.
The last three people are contemplating if they really want to say yes or not. Like, well, I guess. They went around the same way that we did and said, well, yeah, yes, I'll also.
You know who the very last person is? It's my man Fetterneck. He'd a holdout. He'd have only based one in the Senate. Jan Fetterneck.
Israel's defense minister tells troops prepare for ground invasion of Gaza.
Yeah, that's Darth talking. he got the Darth
36
words.
minutes ago.
Are we gonna invade yet? I heard that they halted the invasion.
More than
of
1,400
Gaza.
Israelis have been killed, and at least 203 others. 3,000 civilians have been killed, and over 12,500 have been injured in Gaza. In previous Gaza wars, some Palestinian deaths in Gaza have been attributed to rockets from Hamas that fell short. Israel has said that at least 1,400 people have been killed and about 4,450 have been injured on the side of the border. This number does not include the figure that Israeli Defense Forces cited on October 10th of at least 1,500 dead Hamas terrorists who were killed in Israel while fighting Israelis and their soldiers since the start of the war. Tells troops prepare for ground invasion. So if he's telling troops to prepare for ground invasion, he's pretty much saying Israel's gonna gear up, and they're gonna do some sweeps through this territory, this little area, and remove any of these quote unquote terrorists. KLI says, fun fact, VAV in Spanish is be right back.
Hmm.
357 says, I just noticed that's Darth talk and I couldn't see. He's bowing to you, Darth.
He raised his hand. He did not bow. I'm not gonna read that as a bow. I'm gonna read that as a salute. I ain't got no insurgent friends.
So they're down to 3 votes?
Yep, 3 votes. I wonder why it takes them so long to get these votes. Doesn't make sense. Mr. Tedros of the World Health Organization is working with Egypt and Palestine Red Crescent societies, and that their trucks are loaded and ready to go. They're going to go ahead and send 5 truckloads of medical supply.
But they can't send any
To
truckloads of
Gaza.
medical supply to East Palestine, Ohio. Those people are going to need it.
The Americans take care of themselves.
Do they?
Yes.
Well, depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
Denmark, Sweden, and Norway have further tightened their travel advisories, saying that they're against travel to Lebanon until further notice because of.
I would imagine to just stay out of that area anyways.
Yep.
Probably not the worst advice I've heard all day.
So I mean, countries tightening down their securities just to be like, no, we advise against you going into these areas for any reason whatsoever, unless you're probably a national or something.
Here's my question: is Lindsey Graham the stupidest, most out of touch person in Washington D.C.?
No, you better not.
Man, do not talk to me about out of touch. He might be stupid, but you heard him on Colbert's show. Like he's not out of touch. He is definitely aware that we are not sending our best and our brightest, to Washington D.C. And these people are responsible for making policy that
you all should need to
governs
know
this
that
nation.
America is not sending their best and brightest, to Washington D.C. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
See?
dang.
My man knows. Like, my man knows. That's a scathing commentary on his coworkers and himself. But shout out to him for showing up to that show wearing a hoodie and shorts. Like, that's some shit I would have done, even though I'm like a sitting senator and, you're supposed to be professional, wear a suit and a tie and all that shit. I'm like, I got a hoodie and some shorts. Best I can do, yo. Like, man, Fetterman's like a man's man, like a average dude's politician. Like he's definitely not a career politician. I don't think he's ever had a career in anything because I am convinced that he's got some sort of like significant brain damage. Like he's not just stupid. Like there's something fucking wrong with him, but he represents the ableist community, so I mean, we got to have our representation amongst the wetards. Because full-size Tods, they ain't the only ones out here. There's the wetards. I mean, the dude is meme. That's why I support him, because he shines a very, between the squad and the Fettermans, they shine a bright light on what Congress really is. Like, this is literally the bar for the people who govern our country. It's so fucking low that if you were doing limbo, you would trip over it. That's how high the bar to be a legislator in this country is. You could trip over it on accident. I'm pretty sure everybody in this chat is qualified to be a sitting senator now.
Ayes are
because of this.
97. The nays are 0, and the resolution is agreed to.
Maybe.
Under the previous
Yay,
order,
we're
the
resolved.
preamble is agreed to, and motions to reconsider are considered made and laid upon the table.
So we basically
Consent
just
to
sent
Senate
thoughts
being
and prayers to Israel. Is that what happened here?
They lay it on the table.
We voted 97-0 to send thoughts and prayers to Israel. Sweet.
Yep.
And condemn Hamas. You bad. Hamas bad. Israel, we thoughts and pray for you.
Look at all the people that we just paid to do that.
Yeah. These people make how much money a year? Too much? Way too much?
Too much.
Too
much to do nothing.
The problem with being a legislator in this country is that it is a career path. It should be. I personally think if we treated the Congress and the Senate more like jury duty and less like lifelong career, we would get rid of a lot of this. Like we have an issue we need to legislate on. Like the country has called for it. Like the governors have got together, and the people who go do this are literally selected out of a hat, just randomly from a hat. You would do better for America than this shit right here. If you literally selected these people at random out of a hat, like jury duty. Convince me that that's a bad idea. Like, look at what they're doing. Anything could be better. Like, what is congressional approval right now, Frog? Do you know? Amongst the nation, what is the approval of the Congress in the United States right now? You brought these numbers up the other night. Yeah.
Ooh, you stumped him.
No, he brought this up the other night. He knows the number.
No, wait, we just went through this.
Yeah.
It was I don't remember the exact number on that for some reason. My brain's not.
Was it sub 20%?
I'm thinking it was like 14.
16 is the number I remember, but that's still sub 20%. Like 4 out of 5 people in this country have no faith in this governing body. 4 out of 5.
It was ridiculously low.
Yeah, it's like 16%.
Number when it came down to it.
Yeah.
It was just like, whoa, wait a minute here. That many people, that absolutely zero people really, you know, 'cause, I mean, never mind. We're on YouTube.
Yeah, I know. We should be doing this on Rumble. but no, you want to be asshole and do,
you know, and that's the reason that we're here, though. That's the reason that we're here today.
Yeah.
Is, you know, and like we do it every day. Is just to, you know, it kind of get somewhere close to something and be like, you know, if you want to hear more, you want to hear those the finish of those thoughts. You know,
you got to come to
if you
the
haven't
Rumble
found yourself to Rumble.
You really do. It's really better over there.
That's the place to be.
It really
Yeah.
is. You
The
could
cool
be
kids all
cool,
hanging out on
just
Rumble
saying.
these days. Like, I'll boot up my YouTube and I'll look and nobody will be streaming. I'll be like, where is everybody? And then I'll go look on Rumble. It's like, there's streams going. It's like, oh, everybody just
I
left.
just don't want to just abandon this channel because, you know, I've worked pretty hard on this channel to get it to where it's at.
Yeah, sometimes you sometimes have to just let it go. I mean, I follow streamers who have literally given up their 1 million subscriber main accounts because the content they're doing no longer fits algorithmically with the content they did on that account. Thus, that account starts to dwindle and die, and they just start a new one. And
That's what I was saying. Like, it was yesterday. We were sitting in. I was sitting in Discord, and I'm like, "Oh wow, really?" I think Madcore was there, or whatever. And I'm like, Richard Madhurst is seriously like, he's Syrian himself, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so he kind of, the stuff that he talks about, he usually talks from the other side of the aisle, you know, from the left, or whatever. It's interesting. It was that he monetized here on YouTube.
Basically to
I'm like, oh,
get humanitarian
how
aid
did he get
into Gaza and get as many Americans out who want to get out, could get out as possible. And so we got a commitment, as you know, from the Israelis, including their unanimous
Somebody wants a
vote of
donut.
the cabinet and the prime
He's
minister.
hungry.
He wants a donut.
The second thing
needs
was
lunch.
that, I wanted to make sure there was a vehicle, a
You want
mechanism
some lunch?
that
I
this
want a
could happen
donut.
quickly. And so I've been on the phone for the last, I don't know.
So,
we've been on the
you
ground
know,
a while.
as far as that
That's why I
goes,
had to take
I'm gonna mute him. Gonna mute the president. We already heard this from earlier. I don't know. We were supposed to hear from Speaker of the House. We didn't hear anything. There isn't going to be anything. Just this day's lame. This day's lame. Hear that? Will you give me one moment? And we're gonna go away, and then we'll go make you some lunch. Okay?
Yay.
Okay, sounds good. So, As lame as it turned out to be, no, it was a good day. It was a good day. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Squaw Bob. Thank you, Darth. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate y'all joining me. Tonight, regular episode, Stick with Cool Frog. On Rumble. On Rumble. You might get some finished thoughts over there. Maybe. We'll see. Darth, anything you want to say before we go?
Darth? Did we lose him?
He muted himself for a moment. He probably stood up to go do something.
Probably.
We'll give him a moment to come back and
Dad.
I know that him and Divinity have something coming up tonight.
Cool.
Some Divinity, you want to throw the link to your show tonight out there or whatever? We'll allow that. We'll allow that. Because why not? You also check out. They're gonna do it on Divinity 143 on her Rumble site, Rumble channel. You know, so again, get over to that Rumble if you haven't made yourself to the Rumble. I really don't know what it is that you're doing.
Oh yeah, that's all I was actually gonna say. I didn't realize you was getting so close to the cutoff on the show.
We're gonna cut off because he's hungry. He wants some lunch. So
yeah, clearly.
I'm gonna go take care of that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern on Divinity's Rumble channel, Divinity 143. 10 ways the state can kill you. If we might do more than 10. We're not sure.
We might do more than 10.
I mean, there's a lot of ways the state can kill you, allegedly.
Sounds like fun.
Oh, yeah, it's the death stream tonight.
Be sure to try to be there. Divinity, she did. She threw out her.
She put that link up.
She threw out her link to her channel. Yeah. That one right there. Be sure to go and check that out.
If you don't follow, that's my favorite Rumble streamer right there.
9 Eastern. 9 Eastern. 10 ways the state can kill you.
Yep.
Of course. You're very welcome. Thank you, Divinity, for being in chat. I do appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
I'm going to be back tonight for Stick with Cool Frog. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon for probably another episode of whatever this is. And we'll see what we can do. Have some fun. You just never know. Hopefully we can select a speaker of the house.
I will bet against it. I have no faith in the Congress. Yeah.
You know, it's okay. You can actually go and subscribe to Vicky T. She does have a channel. You go check her out. You check her out, and you know,
one of these days I'll put stuff.
She has enough subscribers. You just never know. She might just create something cool.
I might if I ever get time.
You just never know what you get out of her. So I do appreciate that so very much.
I'm waiting.
Check out that Locals
weapons.
right there. Just another opinion.locals.com.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye, chat.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Love ya.
Bye.
We're winning all the competitions. Because all the women in my family are smarter than I am.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.